And we are live, guys. Welcome to a live stream from Men of High Value channel. Well, I guess it's pre-recorded, but who cares? This is Men of High Value, and this is Blaqamore. First
Hello,
time we
world.
meet together.
What's going on, world? How y'all doing? Thanks for having me on here.
Hey, you're welcome, man. I was actually searching for polygyny the other day online. I just wanted to see if my videos came up, but they didn't. And but Blaqamore's videos came up, even though his
There we
channel's
go.
a little it's a little bit smaller than mine, but it's good. It's cool, man. I'm on the ball. And so I wanted to, let's see if we have some of the same thoughts, and he's gonna maybe ask me some questions. I'm gonna ask him some questions about how he got to some of his views. I've spoken a little bit about polygyny lately on the channel, even though most of my polygyny stuff is on the Girls of High Value channel, which is another channel I have where I speak to the women. Because I don't think the guys are that ready yet, but when I do live streams like this, then with collaborations, I think it's okay to talk about polygyny like full on. So that's what we're gonna do today. So first of all, let me ask you, Blaqamore, how did you start looking into polygyny or polygamy?
Well, it probably naturally came from just beneficial guy point of view. But then I started looking more into it, like, okay, it's a little more deeper than just having all the girls. And I started just kind of studying a little bit to how it works in different cultures and different species. And then being our position in America as a people and seeing how it could be beneficial as far as Black people in America, like Black women really outnumber us, and a lot of us is dead or incarcerated and things like that. And one of our biggest issues as a people here in America is we don't have that two-parent or more than one parent household. We just have single parents and that's it. So I figured that could be a potential solution if we were to adopt a polygynous lifestyle to our culture as a people. That's what really got me interested.
Absolutely. And I completely agree with you, man. Like the moment you start applying the polygynous lifestyle, to be honest with you, you guys are already applying it. We are already applying it. Everyone's living polygamy, but doing it in a non-committed way. And that's
Yeah,
what the problem is. And that's what's creating all these single mothers because, they basically have sex and make her pregnant and leave. Or sometimes the woman wants to keep the baby, but they don't want to keep the man.
yeah,
So it's a very big problem societally. But polygyny, however, if done right and with the right guy who has the resources to do it, in my opinion, would definitely solve the single motherhood problem. But it would also solve the porn and the prostitution. So it's a huge potential there, in my opinion.
yeah. And another thing, I think sometimes when I do get resistance from women on the conversation, the times that I do, I think it's because they like to imagine the no good man that they've done with. Like, I'm not gonna allow this no good person to get other. Like, no, you gotta think. Would you rather be this bum's only wife, or would you rather be Barack Obama's fourth wife? Whoever it is that they look up to like that. Like, so. And another thing with other men, sometimes I don't think that they understand that if you're really not up to par for a polygynous society, you may be without a woman, period, because all the higher status men will have all the women.
Right. Absolutely. And I agree with that. I think that it'll actually motivate men a lot
Yes,
more
yes,
to get their life straight, get their life in order, make sure they stay out of jail, make sure that they do well in their jobs and in business and stuff like that, because they're like, wow, man, if I just work hard for the next 3 to 5 years, I'll have enough resources, a strong foundation to actually meet the women of my dreams, and start a
exactly.
family
Yeah,
because really, when it comes down to it, it's all about family, man. right?
Exactly. Exactly.
You know?
Strength in numbers, nice big family, and just responsible and organized with it, and not just how things seem to be, at least where I'm from. They have a baby mom over here, baby mom over there. Everybody knows, but they don't agree. It's like you're doing it anyway. So what harm is it to come into the situation premeditated, rules established, and just live in harmony instead of acting like it's not going on?
Right. Absolutely. So, what do you think we can do to prepare men the right way? Because, in my opinion, there's most men aren't ready for that type of situation, and if they were to start it, it would actually maybe, I mean, they're already doing it, but at least they'd be committed to it. But the thing is, yeah, I don't know. What do you think we can do to prepare men?
Uh, Really, I mean, it may sound kind of common sense, but they gotta master monogamy first. If you can't even handle one girlfriend, like, and have a relatively perfect relationship with the one, there's no reason to go to two. So I think the ones who at least have the one, outside of that, is really just getting your resources up and staying disciplined. Discipline is going to be a huge trait that you're going to need to have, and you're going to have to be able and disciplined.
For sure.
And that's going to take knowledge. It's going to take compassion and all these things that it takes to facilitate a monogamous relationship. You just got to multiply it. Instead of just applying it to one woman, now got to be applied to 2 or 3 or 4, however many you go for.
Right, right. So you, man, bro, it's snowing here. Like, I'm in Tbilisi, Georgia, and it hasn't snowed at all winter. And now in March, it's like snowing like crazy in the morning here. It's good. So, but anyway, yes, you were saying that they just need to be more disciplined, focus on self-mastery, that type of thing, and get their financial foundation in order. To be honest with you, like, I'm married and I have 3 kids, and I've kind of mastered the monogamy thing because we have a great relationship. Like, I've been asking her consistently over the last, month or so, and I've been asking her, like, on a happiness scale of 1 to 10, like, where are you at? You know what I mean? And I want her to be, like, consistently happy. And she's like, I'm an 8. I'm an 8. I'm an 8. I'm a 7, like, very close to 8. But I'm like, man, I'm doing a fantastic job. You know what I mean? Because in monogamy, like, it's impossible to keep a 10. It really is. And yeah, I don't know. What's your experience? Do you have a girlfriend, or are you married, or do you have anything going on?
Yes, I do have a girlfriend. And as far as that's concerned, I would personally, of course, I would rate that a 10. I also have a daughter with another woman, and our relationship is good as well. We're not romantically involved, but just practically. So yeah, as far as keeping everybody happy, I know, at least in my situation, of course, we became more happy when we split apart, me and my daughter's mother. Now it's great and practical. We could do what we had to do for the children to move forward. As far as keeping the women happy, it kind of goes back to the self-mastery thing and mastering the woman and really understanding what it is that they need. So when it's time to add on, because, well, monogamy, if you're under each other too much, you don't get a chance to really miss each other like that. And it's kind of difficult to pursue your own thing and whatever you got going on in life, like for the woman, because they got to tend to you all the time, or you got to tend to her all the time. But when it's
Right.
team effort, everybody's involved, everybody can love everybody. I feel like it actually takes a little more pressure off of everybody because they don't have to put all their energy into that one partner. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I completely agree. Like I mentioned, we got 3 kids and we're homeschooling. So it's intense work all the time. And the interesting part is that she needs me all the time in terms of helping out the kids, in terms of doing the dishes, in terms of doing that in the home, and whatever. And for the last few years, it's always like I need to go out and make money. You know what I mean? And she wants me to make money, but then she has me on the other side. I need you at home. You know what I mean? So you'll never be able to like really fulfill your financial foundation idea ever because of the kids. We got married very young as well. So, and then on the other side, you got me, who's got sexual needs that are not being fulfilled because I need her more than she needs me. So I always have to restrain me and pretend like I don't need it. You know what I mean? So I don't know what your experience is of that.
I think because when it comes to marriage, you have to look at it like a business. Like as you're creating children, your business is expanding. So you have to hire more employees as the business grows, which would be like to add more personnel, add more wives to it. That's just how that works.
Right. Yeah.
Because the children, it's a lot of workload that is just on y'all two. It sounds like you the breadwinner, you're out and about, and you come home, it's like, yo, I gotta. It's rough out there. I need some.
Yeah, man. It's rough both places, bro.
Yeah, and the wife is like, "What's up in here? I ain't in the mood." So we gotta hire more personnel. We gotta remember it's a business, and gotta think of it like, because jealousy is like a normal human. Oh, I don't know how that conversation is going with you and your wife, but that tends to be whenever I just have conversations with women in general about it. I don't like to share. I don't like to share. But it's like, you probably had a brother and a sister, y'all shared the same parent. It's just natural human emotion. It's going to happen. It doesn't mean that somebody's better or worse. I think once we get out of, I think that's a learned behavior when it comes, at least over here, as far as love and marriage is concerned. Just me and only me, or just you and only
monogamy.
Huh?
Monogamy is a learned behavior. That's what you're saying, yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. I have on the Girls of High Value channel for everyone. Just go ahead over there and subscribe there, as we teach girls about 3 Girls in Love. That's my concept, by the way. It's 3 women. It's not 4, not above, not 2. It has to be 3. And the reason why is because we've studied the woman for a very long time, and we developed this concept together with my wife. So she absolutely loves the concept, and she's excited about polygyny, and she wants to live it. And sometimes she's like flat out bawling because she really wants it, but I'm like telling her we're not ready yet. Because she's labeled herself bisexual now, but she always has known that she has been that. And from our research, we figured out that all women are bisexual, even though they won't admit it.
I agree, 100%, no exceptions.
No exceptions, bro. What are your findings? How come you believe it?
That's just what I see. I mean, it just, I don't know how to put it into words. They just do things that we wouldn't do. And it's nothing for like experimenting in college and them. That's just something normal. That's right. Normal among females. That's not normal amongst men. We don't just be experimenting.
It is not.
So, it's nothing for a woman to admire another woman's beauty. Like they get turned on by themselves. So, yeah, I firmly believe that. And rightfully so.
Yeah, absolutely. And so that's why I believe the women should also be intimate with each other. There's nothing wrong with that. And man, they'd be happier. Actually, from my experience, the polygyny lifestyle is for women and children. Like imagine a society where women, let's say they live in 3s, okay? Let's just assume that that's the rule. You'll have 3 women that work together in harmony, and they're together about making life nice for their kids together, so every single child has actually 3 mothers instead of just 1.
Yes.
There's a nice chart that I have, which is basically you have a circle with mom in the middle, and there's like all these, lines out, basically children nagging their moms, like, Mom, have you done this? And Mom, have you done that? And Mom, where is my this? And all that stuff, right? And then there's one line out saying the kids is, Dad, have you seen Mom? So it's kind of like, man, the pressure on women these days when they've got kids and they've got work and they've got this and they're worrying about their man cheating or going somewhere else, and they also don't have any sexual desire in monogamy, so they're basically looking on, where the greener pastures are. Bro, it would be just so much better if they could just obsess about one man together and then build his kingdom, which is their kingdom. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. That's one thing I've been uncertain on, as far as if I would approach it with the deal with everybody bisexual approach. I don't know. As the ones who seem to be most for it, of course, are that way. Of course, I wouldn't be opposed. But like I said in the video, that wasn't my ideal way of seeing it. But like I said, I wouldn't be opposed to that. I'm uncertain. I don't know if that's my own desires just doing that, or am I really being objective? Like, I think this is really the most healthy way to go about it. You know what I'm saying?
The bisexuality.
Yeah.
Well, let me know though. Like, hey, by the way, I want you to disagree with me. That's my favorite part of the comment section is people who disagree with me. So like, just blurt it out though. Why do you think bisexuality might not work? Or I
don't know. I just feel like it'll be driven more from a pure sexual standpoint as opposed to the kingdom building standpoint. But I don't see how it would get in the way either. It's just something I'm uncertain on, period. I guess my biggest thing is really when because I got all daughters, so I also like to think, like, how would I want my daughters participating and looking up to what's going on in their household? Yeah. I would feel more comfortable if I wouldn't mind them being in a polygynous relationship, but it'll just seem a little weird to me if everybody just doing everything when they grew up. I guess that's just how I'm looking at it.
All right, cool, good. I have a daughter too. She's just turned 8 years old. And we're doing research having all women in mind, and that was included my daughter. So the things I share on the Girls of High Value channel, I'm fired up about helping my daughter live that lifestyle. So, absolutely, man. This is in order to fulfill her emotional needs. Not like my wife, great, but I want my daughter one day in the future to find her man, but before she finds her man, she finds her BFFs. So her best friends forever, so she'll have 2 other best friends that she knows that she's going to be with for the rest of her life. Right? This is not just going to be best friends forever, the feminine girls that in high school or whatever that love hanging out and always together and whatever. And then one of them gets a boyfriend, and then suddenly she's not interested in her anymore. Or she moves away, or there's always something that happens that splits these best friends forever apart. Why? Why couldn't they just rather have a lifestyle where they move ahead together, understanding that this is what we want together as a unit? But they're not sexual with each other and they're not intimate with each other before they find the right guy. If that makes sense.
Interesting. I don't think I've ever heard a man or anybody, I guess I don't have these conversations often either. I never really heard anybody encouraged and excited introducing their daughter to it, but it would make sense since we think was best. Because I know I would much rather my daughter be a second or third wife to a man that's worth something than just settling for the leftover.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. And, bro, you'll never have to worry that he'll ever cheat. Ever.
Yeah. Well, Well, I don't know if you never had to worry because it's a beautiful concept, but you still gotta insert the right men or the right people in the concept. It can
I
still
like
be
that.
a, you know,
I
it can
like
still be
that.
it can still be turned into a pimp and hoe situation. I've seen it a lot. I've seen it practiced a lot under the name polygyny. So you know, it just depends. Just like I don't know if monogamy ain't for everybody. I'm not certain polygyny may not be for everybody. But you just still got to insert the right people in the right. That's what I say. And I don't know if you'll never.
Absolutely. And that's why I believe in, I've called it arranged marriage in the past. It'll be definitely different than the arranged marriage of the past, you know, how they did it in, you know, way back. But my system would be in the sense of like, I want to be highly engaged in developing a short list for my daughter. So a short list of of men that I trust, that I look as highly qualified to be with my daughter and her BFFs. So that would be my responsibility to find that and to do that early. You know what I mean? Like, so I already know the short lists, you know, when she's maybe 16, 17, and I help her out in terms of maybe helping out her parents, you know, hopefully they'll believe the same thing. You know what I mean? So that's why we're developing this movement right here to make sure that more men are coming on board so that they maybe they have kids in the future, and then maybe they have a daughter that's approximately the same age as my daughter, and then all the fathers come together and put their stamp of approval that this is the right guy for my daughter. You know what I mean? Or these are the right guys, and then she can select. The group can select the right guy from that, you know, short list.
So let me ask this. So it sounds like your wife is receptive, right? How does her family feel about it? Like, do you feel like her family will accept y'all's situation if y'all were to add?
Well, in my opinion, who cares?
Okay.
Like, I mean, yeah, family is everything, but it's kind of like my brother is gay. He had to come out of the closet. We had to accept him for who he is and for what kind of lifestyle he wanted to do. Why would they not accept me and my kids and my women? You know what I mean? Like, it's exactly the same thing. It's for me, it's exactly the same thing. But my wife though, like, she's not very close to her family, so for her part, it's not a huge deal. Like, she doesn't see them very often. In terms of my family, my father just passed away this past year. My mother knows, you know, what I teach, and you know, she just wants me to be happy, and so here we are. You know, it's not going to be a big deal in terms of the hierarchy of the, you know, the people before me. And also, I'm a masculine man. Like, I can decide what I want to do and where I lead my women. And if I believe that this is going to be helpful and actually beneficial to women and children, people will have to respect that.
Yeah, I can dig it. I can dig it.
Yeah, man. So you had a question before we started about hypergamy. What is hypergamy?
Yeah, what is that? Explain.
Yeah. All right.